Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Sunni, the Cosmic Oracle. We have a really fun, exciting reading today. We're going to find out what is your goddess archetype, what is your magic, what is your power, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull some oracle and tarot cards to dive into your magic and get a little insight how spirit is seeing you. So a little boost, hype you up, rebuild your self-confidence, self-esteem, and I have 4 runes. They are the Norse runes, and each one of them stand for something. I did hide them, so you just go ahead and dive into your intuition by looking at the rune and picking your pile from there, and then I will disclose what that rune means. And then there's 1, 2, 6 questions that I have. What is your goddess archetype? What is the main goddess energy you guys give off? What is your most potent mystical power? How does the divine see you? What does astrology say about your character? And what is your magic? And we will use different oracle and tarot cards to answer each question. So go ahead, take your time, dive into your intuition, see which one is your card, and I will meet you at your pile. Hello, pile 1, welcome in. So this is going to be a fun reading because this is all about what type of goddess you are. So spirit is wanting to do a fun reading for you guys to remind you who you are when you are riding with the Most High. What type of goddess are you? So if you guys were drawn to the F, it looks like an F, the Anzus, this is a Viking card. It's the rune of wisdom. So if you guys have drawn into this, your spirit guides, your ancestors are saying that you guys are a goddess that carries a lot of wisdom, okay? But we're going to go ahead and get into what is your goddess archetype, what is the main goddess energy you give off, what's your most potent mystical power, how does the divine see you, what does astrology say about your character, and what is your magic. And so what we're going to do is pull different cards for each question. So this is going to be what is the main goddess energy you give off, okay? And then I'll change out the cards and we'll do the other questions, okay? So very exciting. So let's go ahead and get it poppin'. All right, spirit guides, angels, ancestors for pile 1. What is their goddess energy? Oh, that one right there. Sorry, my cat is going crazy. I can't stop her today, so she jumps up here. I apologize. All right, pile 1, main energy. Thank you. Oh, this is the good one right here. All right, and we're gonna spend some time, but we are gonna move fast. That way we can get all the good juice in here because there's a lot of good questions. I was hoping to spend about 30-35 minutes for each pile. All right, pile 1. All right, so what is the main energy you guys give off? Let's look at this. So Rabia, the queen of saintly women. So I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. So I was hearing fire and ice before I even got started, and I didn't say anything, but look, there's already fire. So I have to understand what that means. But you are in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. Okay, so you've got a saint, so somebody who is very dedicated to their mission, to their love for the Most High. Let's go ahead and tie in the message when we go ahead and flip them over. And then we have the map maker of destiny, authentic person, our purpose, inspiration, and free will. All right. And then we have, Ishtal, medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Okay. So pile 1, medicine woman here. Okay. You're definitely a channeler, okay? You are a channel for divine healing power. So you're definitely somebody who is close, okay, with the divine, and you have a rare beauty about you, which is why you are a goddess, because you're highly connected with source, and you pull on source energy, and you turn this into a really, healing power, with everything and everyone around you. I see that in here, this is like an indigenous, so you could have ties to the Aztecs or the Mayans or the Native American Indians. So there is some type of ancestral, wisdom here, because this one is. And you also could have Celtic as well, but you definitely have a background of divine healing. So there was a lot of healers within your lineage, and that brought in a lot of spiritual gifts in your bloodline down to you. So your ancestors are a line of healers as well, and they have a lot of wisdom. So you could also be feeling that you're very attracted to the storms. There's something about you when you're in the midst of a storm, when it's getting ready to thunder and lightning and the rain come down, you have a very big connection. So if you've always wondered why you have loved thunderstorms, instead of it scaring you, because a lot of people are not attracted to thunderstorms. I love them. They recharge me, and I can resonate with this card as well. So if this is why you've always ran to the storm instead of ran away from the storm, because that is just, there's bloodline of a connection there with Mother Earth, nature, the power of the universe and the divine. It's you're not scared, because it's you have this higher power of protection, and you're absorbing all of this universal frequency. So you're definitely somebody who can channel this universal frequency and love from the divine. But yeah, seriously, when it's raining, when it's thundering and lightning, you feel so good. You gather all of this energy. It's where you upcharge, you charge all of this, this cosmic energy, this divine energy. So that's really neat. So the medicine woman is definitely a very big healer. You also could be good with herbs. You could be good with tinctures, healing remedies. You could work with your hands. You also could just be somebody who is, full of wisdom, because you channel all of this knowledge from the divine that heals people. Okay. A map maker of destiny. So you have an authentic person. So yeah, you're definitely somebody who is extremely authentic. I'm feeling a really indigenous background here, the Indians and Native American Indian, Druid, Celtic, Mayans, Aztec, Mexican culture as well is what's coming through. But you're somebody who is extremely inspiring, and it's your destiny to help people heal by spreading this ancient healing. Okay, it's very powerful with you. You're very powerful, and you're very magnetic, and you just draw people in. And especially with this divine love, it's you're in service. You have a service with the divine. When you get this information from the divine, you pour it back into everybody. That you're of service to the divine with this wisdom and love and this healing. And it's you answer. You create your destiny. You map out your destiny with the information you get from the divine. It's your authentic person to be this inspiring, loving, healing medicine woman, okay, or man. But I'm getting a very nurturing empress-like quality here. Okay, very connected to the earth. And you're very, very... it's like you're not a goddess who like demands people to like change their destiny or whatever. It's like you understand the power of free will. Some goddesses are very bold and direct and they want people to listen, you know, and even though they're right, but you have an essence of you understand free will, and you lead people to their destiny, but you let them choose with their free will. You are a very nurturing, loving, wise healer who helps people make their own choices, but you help them make their choices by giving them this information that you channel from the divine. Beautiful. So what is your goddess archetype? Yeah, so you're definitely a leader here. Well, all goddesses are leaders, but there's different energies, and you are the healer. Oh, that came off right out the bat. Okay. The comic. Oh my gosh. So Spirit is saying you are funny, and you have a lot of, oh, the siren came out. Yeah. So you are a goddess who is very funny, but you're also very alluring. You're like, when people, you're very powerful, so that when your goddess energy, when you walk in, it's like you bring this thunder, hail, and lightning. It's like it's very powerful. So when you walk into a room, it's like, you know, you're a siren. Like people just notice you. They pick up on this energy of this medicine woman. They can, whether they know it or not, they can pick up on, or whether they believe it or not, they can pick up something ancient about you. There's a sense of ancestors walk beside you. So it's like they feel that you're not alone whenever you walk through a door. And I'm telling you, it's so funny because a lot of people who don't even like believe in this stuff, they can still feel it. And they're just like, what happened? You know, I think it's so adorable. If they're not really offensive or defensive when it comes to this stuff, their questions are very cute because they have to admit that even though they don't understand some things, they still felt different energies come off people, and the energy they feel off you is just so divine, so loving, healing, wise, and powerful. And it's just so funny because this is also coming out with it. So it's like you have a funny side and you're very colorful. So on one side, you're very, golly, I'm getting Hecate energy. You have three sides to you. This funny, powerful, and like soft, sweet, loving, healing, divine, you know, nurturing. Very, 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 I like that. That's interesting. Very cool. But yeah, the siren is like, people are very alarmed when you walk through the door. They know something's up with you. They know ancestors walk beside you. They know you are powerful, and sometimes it just slaps them in the head. They don't even know what hit them. So I think that is absolutely, like, that's fun, right? It's like, they know not to mess with you. Not that because you're like, you give off like, I'm a badass. It's just because they know that something runs through your veins. There's something very powerful, and there's something very mysterious about you that they don't want to mess with. That's the energy I'm getting. They don't want to mess with that because they know something's up with you, that you know something, and that's that wisdom. So we have the adventurer, responsibility, and expectation. So that's one of your archetypes. I'm going to pull another one. The adventurer. Yeah, so we got map and adventurer. Okay, so you could have a lot of different. Okay, that's too many, Spirit. Yeah, look, you got the guide coming out here. Okay, and the visionary. Beautiful. So you've got the map here, which is the map maker of destiny, authentic person, purpose. I don't know what. Oh, pile one. I keep saying authentic person, and I know it's authentic purpose, but they're saying you are so authentic, and there's just this, you know, lovely, like, I even have shamanic energy, like this lovely indigenous earthy. So you could heavily have an earth sign in your natal chart. You could be an earth sign, don't have to be, but it's just earth. It's like calling you to go meditate and to reconnect with earth, because that's where your power is, right there. Okay, back to, so you're very authentic is what they were trying to say, but back to this map maker of destiny. So you have the adventure card in the map maker destiny. You have a lot of different ancestors of different cultures mixing in here. So for some of you, it may not resonate with all of you because it is a collective reading, but I'm getting really strong that there's a lot of different cultures mixed in. Some are quite unique. Like you wouldn't expect some to go together, and then some blend in very commonly, but again, you have a different mixture for some of you. Okay, so it's like your ancestors have like bloodlines running in many different cultures is what I'm hearing. Okay, but you're also somebody who is a goddess of adventure, and you're not afraid to get into things. Like you're very brave. There's a sense of bravery here. Okay, and you're like a little for some of you, you're the daredevil. You like to get things, you like to try new things. You kind of like, you see this lady's almost got her hand in this hot lava. It's like you like to get your hands in many different things that most people wouldn't do. So it's almost kind of like she's the leader of the pack. You have this adventurous wild side to you, which is this comic. So I can literally see somebody doing things and you are the only one that's going to do it and everybody else is laughing, So I feel like with this, you also bring this loving, funny energy to people that is very healing as well, because you're so adventurous, right? And you do like to travel. Some of you could be a travel guide, or you're definitely a spiritual guide here, but it's definitely saying that some of you are literally a guide, an adventurer guide of some sort. Cruise ships coming through, a resort is coming through, whatever, how you guide people. Could even be like a manager. You guide a whole team. Okay, so you're like a project manager or something like that, but you guide a group of people. But and for the rest of you and all of you, Spirit is saying that you guys are a guide in spiritual, like you spiritually guide people. It says that you represent the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Yes, because look here, you are a service of divine love. So you are a guide that leads people. You're a goddess that leads people back to the divine. You show the divine that we have within ourselves. People love you so much through your healing, adorable, powerful, but funny self, that like they see so much of this divine in you, and that literally, like, the vibration of that alone leads people back to the divine, right? So that's why this siren comes out. It's like there's just a lot to you, and people start to really like, oh gosh, what is this energy? That's like, she's like a goddess. Like, you give off this goddess energy because you are so much like embodiment inside a person that, it's not that they're regular. It's just that they haven't really tapped into and activated all this divine wisdom, and you have. And so this is what shows with people. Okay. And it says represent the nature of the divine. Okay, so there's that authentic. Okay, you're very in alignment with the divine. So you don't bend for people. You don't wear a mask. It just comes naturally, and it's effortlessly, and it's graceful. So people are picking up on this energy signature, your goddess energy signature. Okay, so, and it's within you that vibrates out, so it attracts people to this energy. Okay, so this is a very powerful, fun, funny, alluring, alarming, adventurous pile here. Okay, then we have visionary. So it's saying that you have the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So a lot of you could be seers. So with this medicine woman that you're channeling, your third eye could, and your crown chakra is highly activated here. And you are definitely getting, you know, let's say you're getting inspiration and information from the divine, but you're also getting visions. And sometimes this channeling is opening up an energetic vortex within your third eye that's showing you something beyond the veil. So you could also be a goddess of prophecy. You could see beyond the veil, right? So that's coming through. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to what is your most potent mystical power. Oh, this is going to be fun. I told you this was going to be fun. All right. So let's pull one of these cards. Let's pull one of these cards. What is your most potent mystical power? Oh, you got two. Okay. So we're gonna put these over here. Answer them in just a minute. And then let's see here. Where's, oh, here they are. Okay. Your most potent mystical power. This one. Okay, so there's fire and ice, I'm telling you. So yeah, I just saw it, but one more. There we go. All right. But let's go ahead and look at this. Enchanted Fern Grotto Refuge. Oh, wow. So there you are in that mystical garden again. Enchanted Fern Refuge. People take refuge. People feel safe with you. Wow. You're like this magical fairy goddess to people. I'm telling you, it's like they feel so safe in your presence, and you're a refuge for them. Let me look at this other one. Purification Pine Spirit. Okay, so there's that ice. Do you see what I'm saying? Here's the fire and here's the ice. Look at that. I told you, fire and ice. You can melt anybody's heart. You're like this main character energy. When you walk through the room, I'm telling you, you get off goddess energy, main character energy. You can melt people's heart. You are this powerful, like, you know, goddess that can, you know, just brings the fire, right? And you also, it's like, but you also can, I want to say it's like, you have boundaries here. I feel like you have boundaries here. You can be like the ice queen, and you also can be somebody very warm and very snuggly and very, you know, I don't know, like an inspiration. I'm like the wands energy. Like, you know, you're somebody very inspirational, but you're also somebody like you don't want to mess with as well. That's that medicine woman. So I guess I'm still trying to figure out like, oh, what about the fire and ice? But there you go. Ice and fire. I kept hearing that, fire and ice, and it popped up. Oh, spirit. Okay, so you are a refuge for people, okay? The Enchanted Fern Grotto with refuge. People come to you, they seek for advice. When you are a healer and you lead them back to the divine, they feel safe with you. So you are the goddess of refuge. People come to you for this wisdom and they feel safe, and you bring them back to the you know, you bring them back in alignment with the divine, okay? Because you purify their souls with this healing, okay? So when you channel this medicine from the divine, you give it to people and it purifies their soul, okay? This medicine woman is a powerful goddess here, okay? And that is the energy that you give off, and this helps. It's like divine medicine, and you purify people with this. You cleanse their souls, you cleanse their spirit, okay? So you're definitely a medicine woman, a goddess, a medicine goddess, okay, of the divine. And then we have air, okay? So you have a strong connection to the air element. You also could have earth, fire, and air. Okay. I mean, really, I'm seeing all of it. Water, fire, earth, and air. You could have a well-balanced chart. Okay. But if you don't, you still are highly psychic. Okay. There's that. Because when you channel, if you're a channeler, you're highly connected to the air. And the ethereal realm per se. You have a strong connection to the air element linked to the mind, the intellect, communication, and divination. Be sure to spend time outdoors to recharge yourself. What did I tell you? This card was screaming, this is where you get your power, especially thunderstorms, lightning, elemental, and just earth itself and whatever element she's bringing. All the elements are like your superpower. The water, the fire, like the air, like everything about nature is calling you. Okay, so when you want to get recharged, that's you. Go to nature. But you also could be somebody who does divination, who's good with divination. You don't need it because you are divination itself. You're that sorceress energy, which means that you communicate with the divine and source, and you bring down that information, basically is all it means. The illuminator. So yeah, here you are with your torch of fire. Okay, the sun behind her, and the sun is all about illumination. So you radiate energy that lights up any room with great power to heal those around you and crack their hearts wide open. This gift can make people run from your light. What did I tell you? Yeah. It's so funny, isn't it? That's what I was saying. You melt people's hearts. Didn't I say that? Yeah. And it's saying that you radiate this energy. I said, when you walk into your room, boom, I'm telling you, that just is your confirmation. You have great power to heal those around you. Like I said, you're a healer, and you melt their people, and you melt their hearts. You crack their hearts wide open. This gift can make people run from your light. Yeah, because it's so powerful. Like I said, people notice this about you. It's alarming. That's the siren inside of you, right? That's that siren. Wow, such a powerful group. So we got air, very strong with divination, channeling, psychic abilities, clairvoyance. You have a lot of the clairs, the clairsentience, clairvoyance, with that visionary, with the clairvoyance, claircognizance. Okay, then look, we got water. There's another element. You are deeply connected to water and the spirits that dwell within the water. Magic suits you to conjure up love spells, emotional healing, and any other matters of the heart. Yes, you are heart-based, hands down. That's the first thing. The queen of this divine love. Okay, the saint of love. You are extremely loving and powerful, and you channel this love through the divine, and it runs through your veins. It lights you up, and you just give it to the world, right? And you are people's refuge. Holy moly, pile one. So let's go ahead and see how the divine sees you. This is beautiful, and it's like so uplifting and inspiring, and I just think that that's why Spirit wanted me to do these readings, you know? All right, how does the divine see you? All right, pile one, divine. Show me pile one. Let me pull this card for pile one. Oh, I think you got two. All right. We have spirit. Purify, cleanse, and detox. Look at this. Purification twice. You are so pure in spirit. Like I said, you're very pure. You help people detox. Look at this. You help people detox the negativity right out of them with this divine love. Like, you are spirit. You are the channeler of spirit. You're a grand channeler. Also hearing Capricorn. You could have a Capricorn. You could be Capricorn. I'm also hearing that as well in your chart. But you take this power and you just detox people from their negativity and their trauma. You are a healer with spirit. You are cahoots with spirit. So spirit sees you as spirit in the flesh. Like literally, that's how close you work with spirit. Wow. Then we have the musician. You shine, play, invoke, and you express. Okay, now there's that comic. Okay, there's this music. Okay, so there's that musical adventurous side of you coming out. So you could be somebody who's very fun, who loves to dance, who loves to sing, who loves music, and who loves to play and joke around. So there's this other side of you that people love. Again, that's what I'm saying, because it's so powerful and serious and so wise. But at the other side, it's like you're so colorful, and you love music, and you are like a music instrument to people. It's like you have your own melody, you know, your own goddess energy signature, but you also have your own melody. Like when people hear your name, they literally just like, they tune into a certain frequency. Like if you turn the knob on the radio, like you remind them of somebody. So there's a song that I'm hearing this. There's a song that people, when they hear this song, it reminds them of you, is what I'm hearing. And when people think of you, they just start laughing. Like there's so much joy and love and laughter here that you bring, okay? And you're very expressive, because I see a lot of color here. So you're somebody who's very expressive, and you shine, right? And you love to play, you like to invoke laughter and fun times within people. Okay, so there's that expressive energy. Okay, so you could like to wear bright colors or just very colorful with your decor. Okay, but they're saying you're somebody who's very fun and loving and expressive, and you are the walking spirit, flesh and the spirit and flesh. And then they also see, oh, stop it, you got 111. I was gonna call that out too. I was like, I see a lot of ones. And look, 11111. So your number is, you could be seeing the 111 mark a lot. So here's that music, the adventurous and the cosmic. They're saying you are very creative. So angels are ready to support you and this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe and live the life you love. For some of you, you are going to make some kind of healing medicine with music. Like that's the medicine you bring to people with your healing, is the music, like, 528 hertz or shamanic drums. You could play the shamanic drums, or, there's some type of medicine within music that you're trying to unfold. Or it simply could be divination, a healing channel of some sort, or whatever creative project you're trying to do. Spirit sees you that you are highly creative, and they're ready to work with you with this. All right. So what does astrology say about you? Oh, this is going to be fun. All right. So let's get some cards. Let me see. There's one. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see. Aries, there's another one. 1111, first house. Okay. You are very active. You are daring. You are fierce. What did I tell you about being a daredevil? Oh my gosh. So the adventurer. And I was like, you're the first one to do stuff. Like other people would not do it. Like you are the daredevil. And look, you got the devil, the devil horns, the daring, fierce, see, I picked up on that too. So that's what they're saying. You are sparky, you're courageous, it's like you're impulsive, you're competitive, you're bossy, but in a good way. It's like you are that first house, like you embody this power and a leadership quality. Wow. Pisces, the mystic. So again, you go from 1 to 12. It's like you embody all of these zodiac signs, and it's like you go from, again, like I said, you have all these different aspects about you, and it's like you are the embodiment of all the zodiac, of all the cosmos. So this ancient wisdom with the medicine woman runs through your veins, and you can activate this power within you, and there's so much to you. So it's like you have different so you're adventurous because you have so much inside of you. It's like you can shapeshift into anything and be anything because this is who you really are at your core. It's like maybe somebody who has, you know, their bloodline has lived many, many, many years, or maybe you've been reincarnated and you carry this ancient wisdom. Well, you also got the wisdom card. So, you know, again, there's literally nothing you can't do is what I'm hearing. Pluto, transformation. Okay, so renewal, inner resources, basic instincts, motivation, personal power, evolution, cycles, death, rebirth. Yes. So you're very comfortable with change. You understand, you know, a higher perspective, a higher realm. You're connected, and it's like you help people transform their lives because you use this information to transform your life. Okay, beautiful. Pisces and Aries. Wow, there's that fire and there's the water, the fire and the ice. I'm telling you, fire and ice is all I heard. All right, 5th house, there is that absolute passion, funny, loving, creative. Look, the 5th house is nothing about creative passion and love, okay? And somebody who's extremely creative, okay, within themselves. I'm seeing 1st house and the 5th house, right? Here's Cancer. There's that loving, mothering, nurturing, energy, okay, with Jupiter. You are somebody that gives so much blessing. You are a blessing to this world with your creativity, with your love, your passion, and you are a blessing with the nurture and the, you know, the healing, okay, because the Cancer energy is very motherly, it's very warm, nurturing, and, you know, very healing, okay? So there is, you know, the sun energy. You are the illuminator, okay? 5th house is Leo as well, so you could have Leo in your chart. But you are the expansion of giving people love, creativity, beauty, love, and passion. So I just feel like you're a gift from the divine, okay? Because, you know, Jupiter is all about magic, love, and blessings, and the expansion of whatever it comes next to. And these two come right next to Jupiter, which means, you know, you're expansive within your creative side and your nurturing side. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. And then what is your magic? Last but not least, what is your magic? What is your magic? Okay, what did I make it on time? 35. Oh yes, good. What is your magic? And then I'll let you go. Let's see, what is your magic? I hope you enjoyed your reading, pile one. I did. I thought this was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for letting me be your reader. My name is Sunny. Oh my God, shut the front door. You got the Lover, Aphrodite, passion and abundance with this 5. What did I tell you? Relationships. It is safe to surrender to the good feelings. The Lover. Like I said, you are so much like, you are somebody who gives so much love and passion to this world, okay? You are the lover, the nurturer, the passionate, you know, divine love. You work with divine love, the goddess of divine love, okay? That is who you are, as well as many other positive characteristics, okay? But I'm going to pull some more cards, but before I do that, I just wanted to finish what I was saying. I was like, my name is Sunny. I couldn't get it out because I was like, look. Thank you for being here and letting me read for you. I love picking up on all these different energies. I get to know you guys, who you are, through being able to be your reader with reading your energy. It's just so beautiful, and it makes my day so much better. If you do need a personal reading or anything, my website information will be linked down in the description box, so just hit me up there, the email. But I'm just grateful for you guys being here, okay? But let me know if this resonated. Hit a like, subscribe, share, whatever, but let me know in the comments if this resonated. And boom, stars, you can manifest your every wish. What did I tell you? Here's another 5. So 555s and 111s could also be and the number 13. I'm hearing the number 13 is also something that you're connected to, which is rebirth and death. So that's scorpionic energy. Just saying, you could also have that in your chart. I just feel like you got a lot of different signs in your chart. Or you could have a 5th house stellium, don't you know? Ooh, this one wanted to come out. But yeah, again, your magic is from the stars. Listen, you can manifest every wish. You are a very big manifester. Your magic is pulling all this information, okay, from the divine. It's like, this is just, you're so powerful. And it's like, you ask and you shall receive, okay, because you're connected to the stars. So it's like your magic comes from the cosmos. And it's like, whatever it is that you want, you wish it can come through. That's your magic. You can make other people's, you know, dreams come true, because again, you're a walking gift from the divine, because you embody. Just look at her for a second. You have the potential to do this, okay? High Priestess vibe, the black and the white. I also put the crystals out here, which represent the High Priestess, okay? So we have obsidian and we have selenite, which is black and white. So we have transmute negative energy, pull in positive energy. So you also have that ability. Last but not least, I'm going to read your last card and leave you with this. And thank you guys so much for coming. And I hope to see you guys soon. But the last card about what is your magic is, we have this waterfalls here. So again, oh my God, look, fire and water again. So you definitely could be having, you know, a lot of fire and water in your chart as well. But if you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees. Look at that. The goddess of wisdom. This indigenous, goddess energy is reactivating within you. If you've been feeling this spiritual awakening, that's what's happening, is that your DNA coding is reactivating and you're becoming one with your, the bloodline. And, it's just like, you're waking up to who you truly are, in cahoots with the divine. And again, wisdom. So if you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees. Wow. So you could be highly connected to the trees and nature. But pile one, that is all I have. I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you guys next time. Sending you guys so much love. Mwah. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. So this is about the goddess archetype that you are. And so this is going to be a fun reading about what goddess energy you are embodying. Okay, so when you ride with the Most High, you step into this goddess energy, and there's a certain energy signature that you give off. So if you guys chose this rune, the Uriz, it means strength. So automatically Spirit is saying you are a goddess of strength, okay? So in your pile right here, we are going to tap in with Spirit, and the Spirit is going to give us some information about the archetype of your goddess energy. And then we're going to pull other different tarot and oracle cards to get some more answers. Some more answers, because I have 6 questions. The other one is, what is your main goddess energy you give off? The other one is your archetype. The other one is, what is your most potent mystical power? How does the divine see you? What does astrology say about your character? And what is it? What is your magic? Yes. So very fun questions. So let's go ahead and get it popping, okay? I'm excited to do this reading. They've been very, very powerful, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start with, what is the main goddess energy that you give off, okay? So Spirit is saying it is definitely around strength. So maybe you're somebody that has definitely been through a lot and you are resilient. Oh, that wants to come out right away. Somebody who doesn't back down, somebody who has a lot of strength, courage, resilience, and just very courageous, and a lot of strength. So it's like you've been through a lot of battles and you refuse to give up, and you have a lot of power supporting you as well. But let's go ahead and get more. All right, so we have that. And the favorite one, Spirit. Oh, wow. Okay. She kind of flipped up, so I already seen her. All right. And then I'm going to get one. I'm going to put it to the side. All right, Spirit, show me. We're looking into the main energy, the goddess energy you give off. No, that's not it. Oh, you got 2. Okay, I'll roll with it. All right, so I'm going to put these to the side after I look into this, and we're just going to look at those when we get done. Okay, so starting off, you got Hathor, receptivity. Ooh, wow. She's the Egyptian goddess. So you could have ties to Egypt or really love Egypt, or you want to go to Egypt. But Hathor is a very powerful, strong, okay, talk about strong. We got Hathor. You know, she's showing up for you to represent the goddess energy you give off. So allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Okay, so, you know, your receptivity, I believe, is where you get your strength, because it says here that, you know, you really tapped into your intuition. So it's like whenever you felt like giving up, you're the goddess that trusts her intuition, and you receive, you know, from your guides, from God, from the higher realms, from the, you know, the higher places of ancient wisdom. You tap into this, and it keeps you moving forward. All right, but let's just go ahead and keep going. We'll tie in the message. Assistance and control, the Horse King. So 42 could be a number. You could be 42 or 24, or you could be 42 with a 24-year-old. Anyways, this is talking about assistance and control. So automatically, it's like, you know, I see a queen, I see a king, I see a leadership quality here right now. And right now, it's like, it's saying you get a lot of assistance and you have control. Okay. So look at this royal, this regalness. Okay. So you may like white horses, but there's definitely some ancient energy coming in here to where this is like royalness, regalness. And you have, like, I want to say a very, you know, powerful ancestor on the other side assisting you. Okay. But we're going to tie in this message as we go on. Then we have Rabia, the queen of saintly women. I am in service of divine love. The way I love asks me to move. Wow, this is interesting. I shuffled the cards really well, and this came out for pile 1. So if you were maybe drawn to pile 1, that could also, you know, be tied in with that message. But this is saying that you're in service of divine love, and the way I move the way love asked me to. Okay. All right. Wow. So let's go ahead and look at your tarot. So we have the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Wow. Okay. So look at that. The 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands came out in this deck. Interesting. So this is all about taking control and moving on. You see what I'm saying? It's like, no matter what you faced in the past, you're the goddess of you know, like I feel like you have, you know, you're visionary. The goddess, like you have seer, like you can see things ahead of time. So it's like futuristic planning. So it's like you don't accept defeat because you can see what the future holds. You have a strong vision. You have a strong understanding of how time evolves and moves on. I'm hearing that with your strength, it's like no matter what you are going through in the present, you keep your eye on the prize. You keep your vision in the future, and you don't let, like, you know how like a lot of people like have bad times and bad days, or something didn't come to fruition, or you know it's really bad news that they're getting, and they just throw their hands up and they quit because they want it right here right now, and if they can't get it, they don't want to move forward. That's not you. You take the defeat and you like keep moving. It's like you make the preparations, you plant the seeds, you prepare things for like long-term effects. And it's like, no matter what you want to, you know, whatever it is that you're going through, you keep plowing the field. So that is why you're an extremely strong pile too. This is what Spirit's telling me. Like, you have a vision, you have a goal, and it's like, no matter what, you will do what it takes to move through. So Hathor, so you receive the intuition, you receive the guidance. You have this horse, which is straight power. So it's strength and power. You have, you know, the assistance with this intuition from this help from, you know, your ancestors, from God, from the higher realms, and you literally take control of the situation. You are definitely not weak at all. So you're the goddess of strength, and we're gonna get more archetype, you know, messages here with you. But coming off the back, the energy that you give off is very powerful, and it's like Joan of Arc. I'm hearing like, not that you lead, you know, into like revolutions, you know, or you lead armies into battle. It's just that, you know, you are somebody who takes control of the situations and goes through all kinds of, it's like nothing stops you, all kinds of challenges, nothing stops you, all right? And you are in service of the divine love. So you move with love, you move with integrity, okay? So your goddess energy is definitely somebody that takes control of the situation, and you're very headstrong, very mind strong, like you're very heart based, and you're just not easy to take down, okay? So Hathor, she's very powerful, and she picks up the pieces and moves on. And that's what you do too. Like, you put people back together, you put yourself back together, you don't give up. All right, so let's look at your goddess archetype. Let's get some more energy here for you. But that's powerful. That's a big deal. A lot of people don't have that type of strength. Let me put that card right there, like, no joke. So let's look at some more cards. Let me get them out, and then we'll flip them over. Look at this. It just flipped out. Confidence. The orator. Communication and confidence. Yeah, you move with confidence, and confidence is a lot of strength. You also, remember I was talking about that vision. You see that third eye, and it's got like light coming out of like all of it. It's like everything else could be dead in the mud, but there you are with this activation, like this assistance from like this. Oh, you could have some Greek in your blood. There's ancestors on the other side that, you know, help you get this, you know, information you need, because you're definitely connected to a realm outside of, you know, the norm, and it keeps you, plugged in and getting the information you need, however that fits. Okay, so you definitely have communication with your third eye, so you see beyond. So I feel like you're somebody who can tap into the future, whether you know it or not. I'm hearing like whether you know it or not, it's like you're so strong that like you pull in energies and you kind of overlook that you might be tapping into like futuristic frequencies about, like, see this Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, because you're always looking ahead. So you're probably pulling from the Akashic record is what I'm hearing. And you don't even know it. I mean, you could. Okay, wow. So yeah, confidence galore. All right, Spirit, give me another. I just wanted to do a fun reading and give everybody like a boost, a hype about like reminding them of like what type of goddess they are, you know, because we're going through battle. All right, so let's get another one. Let's see. Oh, this one wants to come out. Hold on, let me shuffle again. I didn't even get to shuffle and they were all popping out. I bet they got a lot to say. Okay. There's that horse, the river. Yes, and I will tell you about the river. There's that horse. That's that sheer power pulling through. Horsepower. You ever heard like when you buy a car, it's got so much horsepower? and you have this, you know, strength card right here, that's because you have a lot of power within you. You're super strong. All right, let's see here. Starborn, but I put it back. Oh, this came out. Okay. I'm just going to probably cut the deck. Yeah, the Queen. Look at that. Okay, and let's see. Let's put that right here. Playfulness, elves. Okay, playfulness, the goddess of playfulness. So your archetype is somebody who's also tapped in with their inner child and is very dreamy and mystical and lighthearted. So I also feel like you're very good with children and the elementals. So I feel like there's a lot of like elementals that are attracted to you because we have the elves. Starborn did want to show itself, but the Queen popped out. So you could definitely be somebody that's connected to the stars, or you could be like, there could be, you know, ancestors up here with the constellations that is in your bloodline. Okay. But I feel like you're definitely getting assistance from above, you know, and the heavenly realms and the star constellation. And we have Pioneer. What did I tell you? The Pioneer, the Queen. You're somebody who leads, the Joan of Arc, like the leader. And the horse. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. The Horse King and the river, the horse. So the river flows, right? And every time, here's the thing, is what is coming around what I had already priorly said. Like, you don't let an obstacle or a challenge defeat you. You'll find another way. It's like you won't let defeat stop you because you're so strong. Like I said, other people, not so much. They just give up. But you are flowing like a river. So you are like the river. The river will flow and flow and flow. And whenever there's a blockage, it'll just back up and find another way around. So you ever seen water? It doesn't really, sit still. Okay. It will back out of a dam and it'll just find another way to keep flowing. It doesn't sit there. Okay. Not a pond, not a lake, a river. Okay. So it's like, it's continuous movement regarding where it wants to go. Okay. And if it has a blockage, it'll just back up and go another route. It'll go to the left, to the right. It'll just, find another way. So, and again, there's this horsepower. You have a lot of stamina, you have a lot of drive, you have a lot of confidence. And again, with the seer, with the futuristic, ability to see, beyond their current circumstances, you're a pioneer. You have a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So again, remember I said you're heart-based. So this is what drives you. There's a heart inside this light, this like little light bulb right here. So it's like, you are heart-based. Like, you won't let anything stop you. Like, the strength you pull from your heart center, like you're heart-based, right? So that's another thing I was talking about, because you're very connected to the sun, to the Leo. You could have Leo in your chart, 5th house energy, very empressy, like creative, productive, nurturing, protective, and very magnetic, because you're like a drawing in frequencies, like they're attracted to your light. So the shadow aspect here is compulsive need to keep moving on. Do you see what I'm saying with the river? And the queen is just somebody who's in control, and she doesn't take no for an answer. I don't know about you, but like all the queens I've seen are very, they don't take no for an answer. And so with this 2 of Wands and this 3 of Wands, you are very, determined to move through whatever situation. And again, that could be a shadow aspect, because it's like it's compulsive, it's like driven in you. So it's actually a good thing, but it just kind of goes to show you that, like what I was just saying, it's like no matter what, you have to keep moving on. And that's that. control. You have control. You like to be in control. Okay, so you're a goddess who takes control of the situation. So I wouldn't want to get in your way. Like, let's put it that way. All right, so what is your most potent mystical power? Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's pull a tarot card for that. Yep, this just boosts you up, lets you remind you, like, let's remind you of like who the F you are. So there's that. All right, and let's go ahead and pull some of these oracle cards. What is their most mystical power? Oh, this one flipped out. All right, we have the manipulator, we have the illuminator, and we have mind power. What did I tell you? Yeah. All right, so the manipulator. Okay, so you can transform into someone that you are not to fit your agenda, making you extremely crafty and achieving your dreams and goals. Be sure to use your gift wisely. So yeah, you got to make sure, like, you're extremely strong and with your endeavors here, and like I said, you keep your eye on the prize, right? So it's like you will transform into anything, okay, so that you can hit your target. Like, you'll do what you got to do. That's where the strength is. It's like you're so determined. And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes we get tired, we, need to like take some time out, we feel like we're not reaching towards our goals, but you always will get back up and just find another route with this river here and this horse. It's like you will, maybe take some time out for yourself, but eventually you will get back on it. It's not something that's completely lost. You will do what you have to do to achieve your dreams and goals. Okay, here's just another confirmation with that queen. But the manipulator is like, it's not necessarily, negative. I mean, depending, sometimes we can be a little like selfish when we want something. We'll manipulate the shit out of something, right, to get what we want. But it's just saying that you have that power to manipulate anything to get what you want. But hey, I say the early bird gets the worm. You know what I'm saying? You manipulate time, it's like whatever you do. Look at these eyes. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, your soul has this like tunnel vision. All right, so you also are coming out as your most mystical power is the illuminator. You radiate energy that lights up any room with great power to heal those around you and crack their hearts wide open. This gift can make you run from your light. Now, how interesting is that? Because I said that you work from your heart space, and then that is light coming from your heart space. Wow. So you have this leadership quality that people see. So you might be intimidating. You also could be somebody that, like, your energy is so powerful, like it scares people. Because some people are just like not really that ambitious, but you're this, again, this Leo energy, like very strong, very royal, regal, and it's heart-based, and there's so much light because Sun is the 5th house, is Leo, and it's so much light around here, it radiates through you, right? So you definitely crack other people's hearts open because you work from your heart. So that's another confirmation, something that I had already said. Wow, I like how they just keep giving me confirmations. And look, mind power. Like, there we are right there. Being with this 2 wands, 3 wands, this moving forward, this horse king, like control. You take control because you are also, not only are you like heart-based, but you also have an extremely powerful mind here. And it says that you are a higher level soul with a mission to create transformation in people's minds so the emotions can come into balance. So you're definitely a goddess that works with their mind and their heart together. It's like you have the ability to synchronize your emotions and your intelligence, right? So it's like, that's pretty hard. Some people are just really emotionally based. Some people are just really intellectually based. Like, they just think with their minds. But you have like an equal balance right here with like the heart and the mind, and that's powerful. So let's see what your most mystical power is. Oh, the Seven of Wands. I don't even doubt it. Look at that. It's the control. Look at that. You take control of this situation. Here's all these things coming at you, but look how powerful, like strong this looks. So it's like you definitely don't allow defeat in your goddess energy. You stand your ground and you take control. So you're definitely the goddess of control, power, and strength, like hands down. Okay. And you also are very strategic. I'm hearing very strategic. So let's go ahead and look at how does the divine see you? Oh, wow. Okay. You awaken people to this power in you. They wonder where you get it from. I can tell you that right now. So you might be seeing the number 1111. They think that you're somebody who is very awake and is aware of what is around them, and you take your power back. Like you are awakened to your power, and I feel like you protect that. You're the goddess, like just, yeah, exactly. You're the like Seven of Wands. So the universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you wake up to who you truly are. Wow. Okay, so you also could be coming back into this power, and it's like you're not going to let it slip through your hands again. You could have been somebody who had this, you know, had a lot of defeat and a lot of setbacks and challenges in the past, but it's like you're awakening up to how strong you really are, and you're just like, hey, that was my effing ball. Like, and you just go back and you're like, who the F are you to take it away? And you just go take it back, and and you just walk off, and now the ball's in your court. You know what I'm saying? Because you are the queen. Okay. And so I feel like you're awakening to how strong you really are, and you're taking your power back. Okay. So that's how the divine sees you, is that you're somebody taking their power back. All right, let's pull another archetype card, how the divine sees you. Sorry, spirit guides, a pile 2. Yeah, but it's like you work with your mind and your heart, like really balanced. Okay, so there we are. All right. Ooh. Devotee 22. Yeah. So this dedication is like crazy. It's like you're devoted to your power. Look at this Colosseum here, like with this, higher realm, higher, energy, awakening to the divine and awakening to your divine feminine, awaken to that goddess power, right? You're devoted to this goddess energy. You're devoted to awakening and sustaining this power within you. But you inspire people, you acquire it, and then you emerge. Okay. So you are somebody who definitely is working on maintaining this goddess energy. Okay. So you find your happy places, your that you can recharge and connect. Like if you have a special place that you connect with God and the angels and your ancestors, or you just do something that keeps you in alignment with who you truly are. You're just devoted to that. Again, there's this very sorry, not sorry energy. I'm looking out for me now is what I'm hearing. So the goddess of strength is almost kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like, I feel like there's an energy of some serious shit went down in the past, or you may have slipped, you may have fell, but listen, you have the strength to carry on, and that is how the divine sees you. All right. Let's see what astrology says about your character. Let's throw the dice and some astrology cards. Wow. All right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. There's that Pluto. There's that strength. And then you've got, Virgo. Okay, so very structured, very detailed, very organized, and that goes well with the devotee. Oh yeah, number 22 and 222 is also could be a number. Relationships, you are taking back your power and you're taking control of the relationships. Okay, Pluto, you're definitely that platonic Scorpion energy where it's like you close cycles out and you restart a new one. You don't live in the past and you keep moving forward. You don't you stand your power. You're somebody who has taken their power back, and you have structured and within your daily life and in your relationships, and it's like you don't take anything less and you don't want anything less than what you've put back in yourself. Somebody's gonna have to match this energy, like for real. Leo energy wants to show itself. Fire, you got that fire. I'm gonna pull this sign one more time. What other sign does this goddess embody? Taurus. Okay, so you could have Taurus in your chart. So you know your self-worth. You're coming back to your beautiness, your power, your raw goddess power, and you're very grounded in that. But it's like you literally, this the 7th house is all about, relationships, and it's like, your worth now. So you're protecting, this energy. Okay. I feel like you're you're stepping back into the resonance of who you really are at your core. Like you're resonating with this energy and you're like embodying this. Okay, so this rapid transformation is like something that you are definitely continuing on doing. So let's see what the astrology cards have to say, and then we're going to look at your magic. But your character is somebody who's very again, strong, determined, grounded, and just boundary oriented. Cancer. Okay, 10th house. Okay, so it's like your reputation, your character, you're definitely stepping up into the person that like the world is going to start seeing. You're repairing the veil of who you truly are. So the reputation is going to be somebody that sees you made this major transformation and you don't take no more shit. However, they also see you as this beautiful, loving, nurturing person in relationships and within your relationships with family, friends, and romances. Okay, and somebody who just really has a very loving and nurturing and caring, compassionate. Okay, so your character is somebody who is very loved and they feel safe with you, but the reputation of you is that they see your transformation shining, and it's like people are going to start noticing this transformation with you. 11th house, the edge. So this is about a community and humanity. Okay, so I feel like it's in reverse. I feel like you're just coming out of your shell. I feel like if you're not already, you will be soon. Spreading more of your new visions or what it is that you do. Okay, so I feel like you might be a little bit more in kind of like in the home area, like you working alone, kind of like the hermit energy. Let's see, what does the astrology say about your character? You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe you've done a lot of transformation, a lot of like healing at home, but you'll eventually soon come out, okay, into the public eye. 6 of Swords, yeah, okay, so you're definitely moving on, okay? Moving on. The Empress, remember, there's that loving, nurturing. Didn't I say you had this, there's that Taurian Here's Taurus. So you have Taurus in your chart. Could have Cancer, could have Leo, but nonetheless, like, there's that nurturing, loving, compassionate energy I was talking about. Okay. Yes, you've been resting. The Four of Swords, you've definitely been resting at home, but you're definitely going to start, you know, getting back out into the community a lot more. So let's look at your magic. Let me just get some more cards here. Let's look at your magic. Okay. Oh my God. Look at that. Number 12. Expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. See, you got that bitch fire. See, look. I'm telling you. Okay. You got that sword back. You've got that fire back. Like, again, this transformation with Pluto, you know your worth and your relationships. Like, you won't take nothing less because you stand up for yourself. Look at this. The strength that you have is absolutely incredible. So you're stepping back into this, right? And your expectations, you don't seek anyone's approval. Like I said, look, boss bitch over here, 7 of Wands. Your reputation is definitely somebody who don't take no shit. And also, if you don't, and it's like known that if they don't give no shit, there won't be no shit because you don't take no shit, right? That's you all the way. Love it. All right, let's look at, wait, where's those cards at? Hold on. I know I had another card I wanted to pull. Where did it go? Hold on. How did I lose that? Oh, wait, here it is. Wait. Oh, here we are. They were hiding. All right. Magic. That is their magic. Yeah, but you're very headstrong and you can maneuver things. Telekinesis. I wonder if you can, like, move elementals too. Anyways, let's see here. Blessing and curses, psyche, self-love, and beauty. There's the Empress, the Taurus. I'm telling you. Do not be ashamed, not of your thorns or of your flowers. Look at the mind control there again, right? And that third eye awakening. It's like, and the assistance, and wow. Blessings and curses. You might have felt like some things in your life were absolutely harsh and like, oh my God, I'm so cursed. But sometimes now you think about, like, wow, maybe that was a blessing because I would never have found my inner strength if I didn't have gone through this, you know, this past of mine that was absolutely like, awful, you know, or just something you didn't want to deal with. But I feel like something that you think was cursed, you're finding out that it was actually a blessing in disguise, right? So you can probably sometimes feel like that. All right, let's look at another card. Oh, you got 2 right here. So we're going to put that there, that there. And then let's look at another tarot card. Show me the magic of pile 2. What is this? Hold on. Queen of Swords. Boom. Okay, say no mo. Say no mo. It's only a matter of time till you came out and you found your inner strength. It was only a matter of time because it was destined. It was fated for you. It was your destiny to get back in your power. I feel like pile 2, like, you really had to go through some ish. Yeah, look, you had to find balance and heal yourself. Absolutely. I really feel like you went through, yep, look, the hermit stage. Exactly. Healing the hermit. Now you're back in your power. I'm going to take it because that's exactly what I said. You walked away from the past with this 8 of Cups. Okay, your magic is definitely taking your power back, okay, and finding the strength to heal yourself, making up your own mind, and taking back your power. These swords, your swords are sharp as hell. Like, you cut a bitch, you got that bitch fire, like, no joke. And so it's like, you know, that's strong as hell. You're the goddess of courage and strength, and, you know, as many other things. The Queen of Swords, like, she don't take no ish. Like I said, there won't be, you don't give none, there won't be none. Like, it stops with you, right? But again, this past of yours is what made you who you are today, right? Because you had enough time to heal and to, you know, find balance in your life again. And so you took the initiative to do that. And that's, you know, you reclaiming the authority back in your life. Nobody has the ability to do this, okay? Because I can tell, you know, you've held your pain, you've turned your pain into power, and you have the ability to walk away flipping your hair and your middle finger and saying bye. See ya. All right, there's so much that can happen in one day. Be alive with every generous present moment. Again, there's that strength that, like, you know, well, it is what it is, and you don't find fault and those things. You just pick up the pieces and you move on. Like, simple as that, you know? So you make shit look easy. Okay, you make things look easy. Point blank, period. Okay, other people are struggling, trying to find a way to pick themselves up, pick up the pieces, mend the past, find a passion again, find their power. And sometimes they never do, but you do. You do. Power of the mind. Oh my God, do you see this? Power of the mind. You've already seen it over here. Let me see. Where's my card? Power of the mind. Again, you are so incredibly headstrong. Okay? Strength. All right? Maybe this crystal, like clear quartz, is good for you to amplify this energy. Okay, so again, that's another confirmation, the goddess of mind power. All right, so again, that's what I'm saying. Maybe telekinesis or something. Like, may you always be in your highest magic. Remember, it cannot leave you. It is you. Yeah, I think once you awaken to this power you have, you won't go back. It's always within you, and it's like you will never go back. It's like you have reclaimed the throne, my queen. And that is your goddess archetype, like, period, right? Love it. So pile 2, I hope you liked it just as much as me. Thank you for letting me be your reader and into your energy. You are a badass. I absolutely love it. If you do need a private reading or anything at that, my website will be listed down below in the description box. If you liked it, please comment, subscribe, and hit like to help me get into the algorithm. And thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you beautiful badasses the next time. Keep kicking some butt. I'll see ya. Hello, pile 3. All right, welcome to your reading. So if you guys were joined to this rune shape, this stands for magic. It's like pronounced Ethwaz or something like that, but this is the Viking rune for magic. So you guys are the goddess of magic, so you're highly connected to the ethereal realms, to magic. So we're going to go ahead and look into your goddess archetype, and we're going to pull from a lot of different oracle decks and tarot to find out your magic. So it's going to be a fun reading just to hype you up, to find out what type of goddess you are, what kind of energy you embody, because when you ride with the Most High, you start turning into, you know, this goddess, and it's like, you know, you have your own unique energy signature about you, your own, you know, energy about you. So what is it? What's your archetype? What is the main goddess energy you give off? What's your most potent mystical power? How does the divine see you? What does the astrology say about your character? And what is your magic? So it's going to be a fun reading just to kind of remind you of, you know, the energy that you and the power that you hold within you. All right, my goddess. So let's go ahead and get it popping. I'm first going to start off with the energy of, or the reading of what is your main goddess energy, okay, that you give off. And then we're going to switch the cards out, and for each question, we're going to have different oracle and tarot cards, okay? All right, so that's it right there. And then we're going to get one from here. Oh, wow. That popped out right away. And then your goddess, and was that it? Ooh, okay. Okay. All right, so what is the main energy that your goddess, like the goddess of you, gives off to people? Stand up for what you believe is right. So Bridget, don't back down. So you're very passionate about something. You're very straightforward. You don't back down. You are very determined individual. This kind of reminds me of pile 2 that I just did. However, I'm going to keep reading because, you know, flipping cards, because we're going to get, you know, a different story, but it does carry over from pile 2. So if you were also thinking about pile 2, there was an energy of, you know, Bridget right here, not backing down. So, you know, you're very, headstrong. Okay, you're very determined to get things done the way that you see them, and you won't let anybody persuade you. So this energy, I have a lot of powerful goddesses here. I am doing 4 piles, and I'm going to tell you, all of these goddesses work from, you know, love, but they have their own, it's like their light and dark side, and it is like when they combine together, it's dynamic, right? So it's like, you know, this divine masculine and divine feminine is like this yin and yang, the light and the dark. It's like a perfect balance. So I'm just picking up on a lot of powerful, you know, determined, headstrong leadership quality, like from all the piles. Okay, they all have been extremely different, but like the same. So stand up for what you believe is right. Okay, so you definitely are somebody who could lead a cause. You could be protesting. You could be somebody who leads, you know, well, you could start your own protest, or you could be an advocate for some kind of charity or something you believe in, whatever that may be. But it also could be your own belief system. It could be, you know, I guess just with anything. You're not somebody to take no for an answer when your whole heart and mind are literally focused on something. So you are definitely like a pillar. You definitely are somebody that people can lean on for advice and for structure, and just a strong individual, like they feel safe around, okay? Because you feel like you are somebody's protection, like sanctuary. You offer a lot of protection. And people can just trust you. I feel like you're a straight shooter. Like you just communicate the things that you want to communicate, how you want to communicate. And I feel like you don't sugarcoat anything. So like pure, like the goddess of realness, the goddess of rawness, like the goddess of just don't stand in my way. But let's go ahead and look into more energy. The word Lord, communication, praise, and dishonesty. See, there we go right there. So there's this guy in here who is scribing about something. So you have some knowledge that you're passing down, okay? And again, with that communication, the word Lord. So you definitely are very strong and passionate with your word. So you could be a speaker. You could be a book writer. You could be somebody who again, there's this thing, well, I don't care what everybody else feels about, like, that's not right. So you do not like dishonesty. Like, you are the raw truth. Like, you speak raw truth. You don't like dishonesty and illusions. So you're definitely somebody who praises and values the truth, and you literally speak that amongst the crowd. And despite what people want to hear, I feel like you're the goddess. You tell them what they need to hear. Like, you offer the truth as raw as it can be, right? So there's a little bit of brutality here, but in a good way, because I feel like people need that, you know, that leadership quality that you have. A lot of people seem to mend and bend with like the status quo, but you kind of go against the status quo. So your communication, you could be 43 or 34, but your communication with your words are very bold and very, very just honest. I feel like you're somebody who's very honest. All right, and now let's look at this other card. It gets a lot deeper, so we have a lot more questions to ask. So Mirabai, the saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. So there's that independence. So you're definitely like free in the way you think. So you're a free thinker. You trust yourself. You know yourself. And you know what's right and what's wrong in this world, and you stand up for that, and you communicate this in your own unique way. Okay, all of the goddesses in this pile have been seriously heart-based. Their love is very, very powerful, but they operate in a different way. But you guys are all heart-based. Like every pile has been centered around the heart, and that's their passion. That, you know, has been driving them forward. And there's this deep knowing, because you guys are connected to source. You're definitely connected to source. That's why you are really focused in on this belief system that you have, because I feel like you get this from source. Because I'm also feeling like a scribe energy with this guy right here, the word lord. Like God gives you the words, God gives you the insight, God gives you the intuition, and God gives you the eyes to see beyond the illusions and the dishonesty of people. And then, you know, he gives you the authority to stand up for what's right. You know what I'm saying? And so again, there's this saint of freedom. So you offer people the key to freedom, right? So I think that like you're the goddess of truth here is what I'm definitely feeling here. So what's your archetype? So let's pull some more cards. Pile 3 is this? Yeah, pile 3. I don't know what I said at the beginning, but this is pile 3. I hope I didn't say pile 2. All right, spirit guides of pile 3. Show me this magical. All right, so we have pathway flow. Okay, there's this wizardly like magic. Yes, okay, wizard. Like there's this wizard that is very intelligent, that knows things and follows. Like again, you're married to your own soul, because your soul is connected to this light, to this magic, and it's like your soul knows the way. So that's why it's like, you know, you stand alone, because so we could have somebody who just doesn't care. You like having friends, but you don't care if somebody wants to, you know, leave or whatever. You don't disown your own self. It's like this wizard. It has this intelligence, and he's guided by these orbs and this light and this truth, this magic, right? So your magic is wisdom and intelligence as well. All right, let's get some more cards. Let me pull another archetype here. So you go with the flow, because that's the magic guiding you. Like there's a higher power guiding you. All right. And so I'm getting like a mystic, like a mystic archetype. I'm getting like a wizard, like somebody who's definitely tied to like mystical energy, ethereal energy. Like you see beyond the illusion, behind the veil. So very mystical. Okay. And it's like also mediumship. I'm getting mediumship here with this pile, because again, the reason why you're so powerful are, I don't know, like so stern in your belief and you don't back down, is because you see things that other people cannot see. And that's what is another thing that gives you this power to move forward with your, you know, authority intact. All right, what kind of goddess? Let's see here. But there's a reason why. Well, this wants to come out. Hold on. No, let's keep shuffling. All right. Okay. And I think one more. You have more cards wanting to come out than other piles. One more card. Thank you. Child magical and child wounded. Wow. Look at this. Do you see this? Look what came out. We've got child wounded and child magical. So before you even read about this, like intuitively, it's like the first house and the 12th house. It's like you've been through a whole aura. Like you've learned from observing life and humanity and, you know, things that were said, and then you literally discovered them on your own, that they were false, they weren't real. You have the answer through trial and error. Like it's like you spit off facts because like you are the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so child wounded, let's read this here. Light attributes are awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. You don't back down because you have literally seen things for what they are. And you've learned the lies and the, you know, that people can tell, and the illusions, whether it's the material realms or it's the spiritual planes. It's like through, like from 1 to 12, from 1 to 10, and all in between, all phases, like all categories. I feel like you have witnessed the truth on your own, right? And it's like you have this key to freedom for people. You have this key to, you know, liberate people with the truth. So you're like the liberation with, and your magic is, it's like the higher realms is giving you the key of like truths, and you, like they've unveiled the truth to you in many different circumstances in your life, and you have embodied that, and you shatter these illusions with truth, right? And so maybe you were the child that was wounded at one time, and you know, through your magic, you know, and your connection with source, you have become the magical child, and now you use this wisdom and this, you know, energy to help other people. It says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. So there is that mystic quality, and you just, again, do you see how like there's this wizard here with this stick and this light, and it's like there's like these two attractions, like this light and your light are attracted to each other, and it's almost like a teleport. Like I see like a you know, when you go to the bank and you like fill out your checks and you put it through this little sucker vacuum thing, you know, and it carries your information to the bank teller and they send it back. That's what you have with this higher realm, and that's where your magic comes from. So you're definitely like this sorcerer, like this, and not in a bad way, okay? Like earth angel. You could be like a light worker. You could be, but you know, a starseed, but it's something like that. Like you have this ability to connect with God's source energy, okay? And so you flow with that, with this magic, okay? But it comes to you naturally because you are a child that has always been magical. However, you were born into a tainted, you know, world. And so I almost feel like you're the goddess to shatter the illusions and bring truth to people, and you set them free with the truth, because see, you don't back down. You're like a warrior. You're like a goddess of the spiritual warrior, because you had to, and I think now you might be figuring it out, that like in your past, the child of you, the innocence of you was destroyed by human nature, by their you know, by their human animalistic ways of lower consciousness. And you've seen what it does when they're not in tune with the higher planes, and you've always had this. So you came in as a magical child, right? And so you just had to experience what other children are going through, okay, in order to be able to help them. So now the children that you see are being lied to or misled, you bring back this truth to them, and the way that you can connect with them on this deeper level is because you were there, you done that, you understood them, so you can communicate, you can talk their language, if you know what I'm saying. So children wounded, people that are wounded, just humanity in general, through like this, you know, the lies of man. Okay, you go back and throw them a rope with the truth of like the higher realms that is trying to be covered up by, you know, the ops and, you know, the evil, you know, scientists and just the bad people of the world, the shadow government and things like that. Okay, so you are the goddess that was sent here, okay, to embody. It's like this truth is encrypted in you, and it will kind of like be activated within a certain time. But when it does, you're going to help heal people with that truth. And just letting you know, the magic was given to you at birth. Like you always had that within you. And I think that when you wake up to it, you'll start to notice that like a lot of things in your life were abnormal, or they didn't make sense. Like you were always different. And I think you're going to start, you know, connecting the dots that, hey, you know, this magic, oh, the black cat just came on the table. So you may like cats, because you're very magical. You have this mystic quality to you. So, stop. That's May. So you understand what I'm saying? You're going to realize, hey, I was born with it. That's why I was made that way from the Most High. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at a tarot card to see your archetype. The Six of Swords. Wow. So you help people. This is the guide. This is like a guide who comes in to get to get a person from one destination to another. Okay, from the lies to the truth. Again, you are you help assist people by getting them out of one situation that is not good for them and getting them to a better place. And there's nothing better than getting them away from a lie and into a truth. All right, so the communicator. You could do this within books, poetry, music, or speaking, or just literally being a spiritual advisor. Okay, but you're definitely a mystic. The walker, the unknown journey. Oh, okay. So here we have the sun. You're the illuminator. Look at that, just came out. The warrior. I kid you not. I said you were a spiritual warrior. Look at that. Okay. The fate. Okay. Accepting help and guidance. You are like, there's a priest here coming out as well. Look at this. Do you see what I'm telling you? You have the third eye intuition. You have the sun always shining on you with higher consciousness, ancient wisdom. And you walk through this journey unknowing, but you have protection around you all the time. There's these doves that stand for the Holy Spirit. You know, divine timing was always going to be a major part in your life when all this was activated. Again, like I said, when, you know, you're just going to like wake up and be like, oh, no wonder all of this was happening in my life, because I was a magical child. I was born that way. You know, it's just, it was fated. That's who you are. You're this spiritual warrior. Okay. It's like these codes, again, are crypted into you. Do you see all this indigenous, like feathers and swords and horns and, you know, axes and stuff? You have this indigenous blood running through your veins, right? And you have the eye, the all-knowing, the all-seeing eye, okay? And it's like these, this fingerprint is like, you're just encrypted with divine knowledge. Okay. And at first I'm definitely seeing that maybe it didn't make sense to you. You went through a lot of challenges, but that was part of the plan, so that you had the ability to relate to others. Okay. The fate, accepting help and guidance. Yes, people are fated. Like you're fated to arrive in people's lives at a certain time so that you can help waken them up. Okay. So you stand out because you might have been the wounded child, but you have always been the magical child. And I know there's all some magic in us, but some of us were actually like goddesses sent back to help the divine, you know, and that, you know, it's for the better cause of things. And a lot of children that, you know, are not as an old soul as you, they need help, and you were sent back to guide them, to be a guide for others. Okay, so you're going to be this cause that you're going to stand for. It could have something to do with a lot of wounded children. You could also work for like this, you know, however this resonates, but for some of you, you could work for like a drug rehab. You could work for like you could be a humanitarian. You could also get a degree in social services. God put you there to take care of the children. You could be a school teacher. God put you there to take care of the children, to give them love. There's something about this love, this empress quality about you, that is going to be a way shower. Now, the child doesn't have to be a child. The child could be an adult. You understand what I'm saying? Their inner child needs healed. So not only do you guide and heal children, but you heal adult inner child, the one that was wounded, neglected, feared, left out in the cold, you know, lied to, you know, given no hope, or, you know, didn't give the spiritual guidance. You are going to be the protector of this innocence, this divine innocence, because you have the magic from source. Okay, that's the magic that you are in tuned with the highest, the most high. So let's pull another archetype. That's powerful and that's beautiful, because you're a goddess, you're a spiritual warrior. You protect his children. Starborn, look at that flipped out, like, okay, in the egg, you know what I'm saying? Like 3, the Empress. Starborn. Yes. I'm like, yes. I love it. Can we get one more? Starborn. I'm not even like, you're definitely like, again, like the star seeds, like the queen. The queen has been coming out for all these piles, because you guys are all leaders. Okay. And, you know, there's just something very powerful and about you guys who take control. So the queen, you're going to be inspiring. You are so inspiring to so many people, and they look at you as you're the queen, because you lead them with conviction, authority, and compassion. So freaking beautiful. So Starborn, somebody who is connected to the you know, to God up in the heavens, like you're, you know, could be like the star seed, which is connected to cosmos and other star, you know, galactic, you know, guides, star beings, angels, things like that. And so you have this connection with the Most High and all of the other ascended masters who give you this information, and you lead with that, and you scribe about it, and you communicate with it. Okay, you're like the word lord. You have this communication with the Most High, and you flow with it. So basically, I'm also getting a channeler. Okay, and you lead with this information. But remember, your past was not supposed to be. So if this is comforting some people, you know, it wasn't supposed to be easy, okay, on purpose, because you had to learn what children are going through, and then you had to learn how to grow into your magic, so you could just connect the dots and figure it all out. And when you had that epiphany, you ran back to heal your inner child, and now you're doing that for the rest of humanity, you know, and their wounds and things like that. And you are just shattering the crap out of these illusions by giving people, you know, the truth. Okay, and that's what sets them free. All right, so what is your most potent mystical power? So we're gonna look at your power of your mystical ways. All right, show me pile 3. So 333 you could be seeing. Oh, what is this? What just popped out? And one more. My cat. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, you're definitely magic, because like we have this beautiful little kitty right here. She likes your pile. Look what she just did. Let me pick this up. Hold on, pile 3. Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? She's so funny. All right, did we have one more? No, we were getting one more. Okay, that was May May, and she just had to come crash our party. So she's a black cat. She's, you know, she's magical too. I call her Magic May, so I call her May May. So yes, definitely magic. That was just, she always comes in. Sometimes she even picks cards out for me. She's so funny. Ooh, all right. So here we go. Let's see what they are. Boss. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck, you got boss. So we have arouser. You provoke sexual arousal like a phantom, dancing with them in a vibrational change to enchant, tease, entice, and play with their most deepest hidden desires. Okay, so not only do you, like, you know, enchant the children in the most loving, compassionate way, but you also have your ways with, you know, the other humans. Okay, and I feel like you arouse people with your knowledge, with your intellect, with your mysticism, like you know, because you're like, you have this magic quality about you. So it's like you can pull out those deepest desires in people because they look at you like, I want to know the truth of something, and I know this girl's got it, this guy's got it, because it's like you're just so you arouse people with your magic. It's like, you know, so your vibration, you have the enchant, like you can enchant people with your vibration, your mystical vibration. Yeah. Then we have soul tree. Your serene presence makes you otherworldly, with the ability to feel your physical sensations as they are very heightened, trapping those around you in your rapture. Yes, that's that spiritual warrior coming out here. And your words, okay? So your words are otherworldly because, like I said, you're connected to you go and flow with this mystical wizard, you know, starseed energy, because you're connected to the higher planes where you get this information. So of course, anything you write about or you talk about is like more advanced than other people, right? So because you have this, like I said, you're connected to star beings, you know, galactic. There's this otherworldly information you have that literally surprises people, okay? And with your rapture, like with this priest, with this, like, you know, anointing type of energy around you, it's like you bring the rapture to people. You have like the prophecy within you that like kind of talks about these things, gathering people's attention, like you allure them into some type of enchantment, you know. So you definitely arouse people, okay, with, you know, your otherworldly like vibration and you know, information you bring to them. Then we have divergent, of course, because you're different, very different. And they're like, because you're magical, like the magic, this is the rune of magic, like obviously. Some of you might be from Cali, just saying, California, Hollywood, something like that, Miami, but like some of you guys like fashion too. All right, so divergent, you stand out from the rest, the way you think, the way you dress, it's rare and unique, making you very desirable. Now, didn't I just say fashionista? Some of you guys might have a very unique look about you. I didn't even read that, and I was hearing fashionista. For some of you, not all of you, like to dress different. You are different, you walk, talk, and you look different, and you are different, and that's because you were made that way. My cat is just, oh, she's funny. Anyways, divergent, you don't fit the mold. You are against the status quo. So you arouse people with your eccentric ways, like with how you are and this information. Whoa, so powerful. All right, let me look back at my list. Okay, so that's your most potent mystical power, okay, is that you're so different, unique, connected to the higher consciousness, like the galactic. Your vibe, your vibration, the way you dress, the way you talk, and the information you have is just, that is your mystical power, is your magic. Wow. All right, so how does the divine see you? Let's go ahead and pull a card from here. Very creative too. All right, let's pull a card from here. I'm hearing some of you are a Scorpio or have Scorpio in your chart. They just told me that. Ooh, what do we have here? Intelligent. Yeah, hello. Absolutely. You are intelligent. Okay, number 25, so 7. Some of you could be a life path 7. You have the great ability to take in and process. Oh, and I'm sorry. and a life path 3, life path 3, life path 7, soul urge 7. You have a great ability to take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and you desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects that will bring you in an immense awareness of the world. You are intelligent. This is the word Lord. You are intelligent with words and communication and otherworldly information. Just again, this cosmic intelligence. All right, how does the divine see you? I love this pile. I love magic mystical. It's all so yummy. Shapeshifter, absolutely. 43. Some of you are 43, 42. Wait, we've got 43. Yes, 43, 43. So 777. Yes, 777 on the board right now. That is a highly spiritual number. Oh, you guys, look up 777, the meaning of 777. That is your number. That is how the divine sees you, as this shapeshifter, and you're this sage, okay? You have so much power that's connected to the higher realms. Like, I just don't know how to put it. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so you have definitely reached a new level of your life. You've unlocked this intelligence within yourself. You've unlocked this, inner knowing of who you truly are. So you just acquire, you have more of this mystical power within you than the average human, obviously. But people didn't see you coming. I'm going to tell you right now, you can mold yourself into any type of, especially with your fascination, your creativity, and the way that you are, you can shapeshift your identity into many different culture settings, or different friend, cliques. Like, for an example, country, punk rock, Middle Eastern, Russia, Miami, New York, California. I'm just saying, like, different genres of music and styles. You can shapeshift everything about you to move in. So it's like you're like a chameleon. You can blend in with all different things. You become who you need to become to do. You know what I mean? Like, you can just blend in with any culture or any type of people. I feel like they may not all be your cup of tea, but at the same time, no, you can blend in if you had to, is what they're saying. Okay, and let's go ahead and look at, I keep getting Scorpio, golly, and my cat is a Scorpio, so maybe you have a black cat too, I'm not sure. All right, what does astrology say about your character? Libra, 10th house, and then we have the South Node. Okay, so you could have Libra in the 10th house, in the South Node. Okay, so your career has changed. As you become more centered, balanced, and you've this Libra is definitely somebody who's in perfect harmonic balance with themselves and with the universe. I'm getting Libra is a lot of things, very creative and very diplomatic, but I feel like what's happening here is your situation, your workflow, your reputation is changing. Okay, Scorpio, yeah, that's why I'm also getting Scorpio, because I feel like now that you are more in balance, this Plutonic Scorpion energy has there was an ending that is transforming your past, and you're becoming somebody new. This shape shifting, yes, like one party view is over and the new one is arising. So it's like this wounded child is leaving your life for good, and now people are viewing you, your reputation is this magical child. So the South Node is your past, like all of like the hard areas of life, the things that we had to learn about ourselves, and just, the challenges of life are over. It's transforming, and what people are going to notice about you and your reputation is that you are now not the wounded, but the magical child person, and you are so imbalanced, and you serve divine justice for all with this magical shape-shifting quality that you did. Wow. 43, 777. I mean, like, you have Yeah, in stage 10, you just have these powerful numbers that are like kind of talking about the pivotal point in your life right now. That is actually like your Akashic records are kicking in, like your codes are activating. You're wrapping up one old cycle with this south node, right? You're becoming more spiritual, more intact. So your reputation in your workplace is definitely going to be changing. Excuse me. Okay. Now, warning, somebody or something or some force or entity may try to trigger your throat chakra. I'm just now getting like coughing. It's getting really tight and scratchy, like somebody's got their fist around my throat chakra. Yeah. So say your prayers, ask the Most High to send his angels to protect you, because when you transform into this angelic frequency, you're gonna be a target for the dark forces, because they don't want you spreading this magic. They don't want to give you the key to liberate people. Okay, so if you find it's hard to speak your truth or just speak, because this communication, what God's given you, you're under attack. So just letting you know, say your prayer, stay in a prayer. Let's look at some more astrology about your character. We have an Aries energy coming out here, first house energy, because you're stepping into the highest version of yourself. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. And then we have Chiron, heal. Yes, because you took the time to heal. All right. And then, yes, so sextiling. So it's like your past and your like south node and your north node are combining together. The wounded child and the magical, like everything's starting to make sense. There's a room. Scorpio came out. I told you. You could have a South Northern Scorpio. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Look, on the bottom of the deck, Pluto. What did I tell you? It was on the bottom of the deck. I was feeling, you guys are, look, major transformation with healing, okay? And now we have allowing love to come into your life, to heal this innocent, this wounded child, okay? Scorpio and Plutonic have definitely been cosmic energies working with you in this South Node to wrap up an old cycle, and bring you into your future. Okay, it's like, then we have ninth house, because the higher intelligence, the higher knowing has been working with you. Look, 8th house, Scorpio and Pluto. Okay, this is all about radical transformation. Okay, so you guys are definitely moving on with this action with this Mars. Wow, beautiful. And let's look at your magic. Let's look at some more magic. Show me their magic. Wow, this is beautiful. Powerful. And it's like you're going to become so happy and excited with this new version of yourself. You're going to start to see that you were never this, this child that didn't have a reasoning for their hurt and chaotic life, and all their losses. You're starting to see the beauty that it was all divinely planned, and when you see that it had a major role in to turn you into this magical child, you're gonna start being more grateful for those things. Okay, you're gonna start seeing the catalyst, like the past was the catalyst to your future. Look, confidence, it comes with time and practice. Yes. So it's like your past is like, you're going to start becoming more confident, okay, about who you truly are, okay, and that it comes with like practice. It comes with time and evolution and understanding. It's like you're going to start realizing that everything had a purpose. You just weren't here for no reason. You didn't just suffer for no reason. You just weren't homeless or poor or like made fun of or whatever. All of that pain is now into power, and you're going to see the work of the Most High, and you're shifting. Okay. And I want to say there's something about 2-3 years here. You've been going through this. The past 2-3 years, or it's gonna be another 2 more years until you're in your fullest potential, but you're on your way, or you're been going through it that long. Either way, something about 2 to 3 years. but it's been a ride for you, like for sure. There's been a lot of change and healing in your life, and Spirit just wants you to stay firm in what you know, because you've been hearing, I know for a fact, you've been hearing from the divine, and to take this information and keep moving forward with it, because God is that sun on your back at all times, okay? So move through this. You got this sword on your purse, so you carry the sword of truth. Okay, look at that, the sword of truth. Okay, so it's like you have this amulet of protection around you, or you have this guided, or let's see, like ordained protection, like God has sent angels to protect you at all times. All right, so what else? Let's see, what is your magic? Oh, sorry, I moved the camera. And we have the portal. Yep, there's that cosmic wisdom. Are you ready? The portal adventure ancestors are calling you, okay? You have your future highest self. Okay, you've done the quantum leap, and your potential and possibility is calling you now. It's time to move into your north node. So you definitely are leaving the past. The portal is opening you up, the stars, the higher consciousness. Yes, you are shifting up in vibrations in dimensional, multidimensional planes. And so you're getting ready to go on an adventure, my child. Okay, so I'm going to pull you one last card, but as I close this out, congratulations. This is something that, you know, God gave you this magical life, and it's going to be a hell of a time, but trust the process, okay? And as I pull this final card, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me in your energy and to be your reader. And my name is Sunny. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it finds you well. And if I can help you any further with any private readings, I will list my website in the description box below, and you can find me there. Send me an email and hit like, share, and subscribe if you like this, so I can get into the algorithm to help other people. But this was your reading. It is beautiful, and we end you with this. You have a sunflower with a honeybee, so you could be attracted to you know, honeybees and sunflowers. That could be something in your life. But it says right here, your energy is exclusive and expansive. Remember, it's a privilege to be in your presence, okay? Remember, you're the magical magic goddess, okay? And you have so much to give others, and I feel like you're just out of, you know, training, and now you're getting prepped, and you're like on your way to like this new adventure. The portal, the cosmic portal, the stars are aligning and calling you forward. All right, so congratulations. This was a beautiful reading, and I hope to see you in my future readings. Thanks, guys. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So if you guys chose this rune, this is all about destiny. You are the goddess of destiny. This is my daredevils, my risk takers. It reminds me of the Fool card, because it's like you are adventurous and wild, and you want to take the plunge into the unknown, into the magic and the wonder that, you know, life has to offer. You want to take that risk. You want to make that dream come true. So out of all the piles, you guys are the frisky ones, the wild, adventurous, curious, you know, you want to take a chance with life. You take that dare, you take that dive, that deep dive, that high dive, right? So you're the ones of destiny, adventure, and journey into the unknown. So you guys are, it wasn't guilty. Was it guilty pleasures? No, there was something about, oh my gosh, Spirit gave me a channeled word for you, but I can't think of it right now. I'm like, darn it, I should have written it down. But anyhow, welcome to your reading, Pile 4. So this is going to be a fun reading. I can feel it with this energy too. You guys are like extremely fun, proactive, curious, and adventurous. And so your goddess archetype, we're going to dive in. We're going to look to see what your main goddess energy is, and the main energy that you give off. Because when you ride with the Most High, you tap into that goddess energy. You become that unique goddess with their own energy signature, and we want to know what that is. So what's your goddess archetype? What is the main goddess energy you give off to others? What's your most potent mystical power? How does the divine see you? And what does astrology say about your goddess character? And what is your magic? So we're going to answer all those questions in this reading. And we're going to pull different oracle cards for each question, okay? So far they've been extremely powerful and real fun. So we're going to dive into that, okay? But, you know, if you were guided to this destiny, you definitely have the energy of the Fool card in the tarot deck, because, you know, you will take whatever risk and, you know, action is required. So where most people wouldn't dare, you would take that plunge. Very, very, very exotic, adventurous, wild energy. I love it. So that's your goddess energy coming through so far. But let's go ahead and look at the main energy. What is the main goddess energy you give off? Okay. So guys, my name is Sunny. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. All right, let's take a look and see what kind of goddess energy is coming in for you. Do I want to see this one? All right. I just feel your energy already. I'm feeling like Freya. Like, oh, and by the way, this is Celtic. This is Norse. You know, runes. This is the rune, the Norse rune, like Viking, stuff like that. But I'm feeling Freya. She was a Norse goddess. She's very bold and eccentric in a good way. But that's what I'm feeling. Something wild. Show me pile 4. And you guys are builders. Number 4 is a builder. So it's like, you know, you set your sails into the unknown and you start a new colony. You start something new. Oh, here we are. Yeah, the arts. I'm hearing you're very creative too. All right, so let's go ahead and put that there. Let's see what this card is. Oh my gosh, joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance, the sun dancers. Now come on. Do you see? I was like uplifting, fun, adventurous. You guys dance around the sun. So I'm already feeling your energy, the joy, the life of the party, the like Freya, like the sexy one, the bold one, the adventurous one, the joyful one, abundance, celebration of life. So I think of like belly dancers, and I think of exotic. You know, I think of like, of course, the sun energy, 32, 23, you could be your age, or you could be 3, 4, 5, 50, close to 50. But regardless, this young energy, vibration energy follows you wherever you go. Like the sun follows you wherever you go. So you're into a lot of high vibrational activities, because you yourself is very high vibrational. And again, it's just like the goddess of like, it's like you're the one that stands out in the crowd. You're the one that becomes like the celebrity. Even if you're not, it doesn't mean that you don't have it. There's a lot of people out there who have this like goddess, like, you know, star, you know, a celebrity, energy about them, but they never become that. But it doesn't mean that they don't embody that energy. So very, very like fast on their feet, you know, very up, very high vibrational, a lot of energetic goddesses in this pile. So it's like you're the life of the party. I just can't say that anymore. You like to dance. Your smile, I'm seeing your smile, and there's a twinkle in your eye. So there's something very alluring and magnetic about your personality. Like when you walk in a room, people just like smile. They're automatically like, if they were having a bad day, they're already just like totally happy and you know, you bring warmth, you bring the sun wherever you go. So you're highly connected to solar consciousness, solar energy is what I'm feeling here. And it's like, you guys just bring this air of like hope and renewal and like spring. It's like you're connected to the spring time. It's like new fertility, abundance. Yeah, we have abundance here, celebration of life. Yeah. So when they think of you, it's like something's new and creative and giving, and it's like, you know, life itself. Like you are the embodiment of God, with celebrating life. Like they see God within you. So this goddess, you represent the Most High. Like they see the sun, and you know, the sun is shining on all things negative, and you give off positivity. So when somebody's having a bad day, you're the goddess of sunshine. You bring that to the table for everybody to uplift their spirits, like this healing, loving, fun energy. Now, not to say that you don't have a dark side, my goddess, because I'm pretty sure you do. We all do. And the dark side of the Vinny goddess is pretty opposite. So what's opposite of the sun is the moon. So you can also give off this, you know, moon energy to where you're very mysterious and dark and cold and, you know, very, it's scorpionic, like in your emotions, and you can really be like a scorpion. You can sting when you're not in a good mood, okay? But the sun and the moon beat in tune, and so there's that polarity, that dark and that light, right? So, but so there's always like a yin and a yang, you know? And so you just embody the happier days, right? For the most part, okay? But you do attract the moon energy when you kind of go off in your own little corner, okay? So you can go from extreme extrovert to introvert. Like there's a polarity side to you, like Gemini. So we could have a lot of Geminis in here, Gemini rising, Gemini moon, Gemini sun, Venus, whatever. So yeah, like a Taurian, like a Taurus, a Gemini, Sagittarius, I'm hearing. But yeah, you guys are just the goddess of adventure. I love it. Let's take a look here. Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Boundaries. Okay, so this is the Egyptian goddess Ishtar. I do believe she's Egyptian, right? Yeah. I think so. So Ishtar, so she's very powerful and set in her own ways. So you're definitely a goddess that like you even though you're very like adventurous and you go with the flow and with life, you know, you still have your boundaries. You still have like, you know, don't cross me just because I'm a good, you know, positive, loving goddess that spreads sunshine wherever I go. You still have this side to you that is very powerful, and people respect your boundaries, okay? So you're definitely somebody who can show that just because you can be, you know, happy and celebrate life at the time, it doesn't mean that you take you're not just like whatever and do whatever all the time. You have your authority, your morality, and you know, you set boundaries. So that's very powerful, because you know, when you see joyful, fun people having fun all the time, you think that they would just do anything, and that's not the case with you. You have your boundaries, and you're very, very, very serious about them. So you don't let anybody cross you, but you do like to spread joy and happiness wherever you go. And because you are a risk taker, a daredevil, adventurous one, you still have boundaries. You're like, I said I was adventurous and not stupid. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Oh gosh, I'm seeing the sun 8th house in Aries energy right now, right? So you're like a trendsetter, but energy, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just feeling like you will go a long way. You will do some crazy wild things, but you have your limits. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely are the one to take a risk where nobody else would take a chance, you know, or dare to go. But you definitely have your boundaries. So you're adventurous, not stupid. That's what I'm hearing. That's so funny. And I feel like you guys are extremely funny and sarcastic. I love that. Let's take a look. Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end and my soul is all I need. Okay. Look, you guys, exalted light, you guys bring the Exalted light. I feel like you bring everything to the table, everything the sun, that the light has to offer. Like, you are the light. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, even though, you know, we can go to the dark side, it's like you stop in the light. That's who you are. Like, you're of the light. You bring the light, the goddess of the sun, the goddess of the light. Okay. And again, like I said, and even if you're attracted to the moon energy, that's because it's like that Gemini. See how she's wearing light and dark? Okay. You're a perfect balance of this light and dark energy. But you're somebody who is completely, you know, devoted to the light, and your soul is all you need. So you're very, very comfortable in your own skin, and even if you weren't in the past, you are now, like, or that's who you're becoming. Just know that, like, it's within you, it's encrypted, decoded in you to be you know, exalted in the light. By the time you're done with your journey, by the time you're done figuring out who you are and what you came here to do, you will be in the light. You will be in that solar consciousness. You will be with source energy. There might have been time you were working with the moon energy, challenges, you know, obstacles, mysterious, you know, unknowing days, and you know, in the dark and things. But at the end of the day, it's like that will serve your highest good, and you will find your way at the end of the day, at the end of your you know, I want to say your life's journey. You end with the solar consciousness. Okay, so you bring the light wherever you go. Okay, beautiful. Goddess of the sun. So now let's look at your archetype. Let's pull some more cards. And if you love to dance, if this is resonating with you, let me know in the comments. But we still have a little bit to go. All right, pile 4, spirit guides of pile 4. Show me an archetype. Ooh, it's a picky one. Looks like they want the walker, the unknown, the journey, the fool's energy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Like I said, the unknown, the journey. Okay. Like, that's what I was saying about, you know, this, look, the sun, the Holy Spirit. Remember I said you're one with source and the sun is with you. And this is representing the fool. Okay, walking the journey into the unknown, taking risk. Look at that, it came out. Okay, so you're somebody who flows. It's like you're automatically pulled in by source. Okay, so the lady of the light, you know, despite the moon energy, you know, wow, you're the walker. And I don't know if I said that earlier, but look, the doves, the white doves, you're led by the Holy Spirit. That's why you're so joyful, you know. But right here, the mascari, it's hiding your true self and projection. So Spirit is just saying here that there are 2 masks here that you sometimes kind of take off and put on. And I want to say that's the moon and the sun. You're highly connected to the moon and the sun. So one is very colorful and one's hidden in the shadows, right? But your true self, and that already came out as well. So interesting how that came out. You're definitely more, you're exalted in the light. You're exalted in the light. Like you're more of the sun energy than you are the moon. So sometimes you put the moon like energy on to protect yourself, and sometimes people project other things, but it's like there's 2 sides to you, like I said, with this Gemini energy. So if that resonates, let me know, because you could feel both. Like one time, like one day you're just totally like joyous and happy and go lucky and fun, and then another time you could be like, you know, in, you know, the shadow of your own cave, kind of being yeah, there we go, the introvert, you know, yep, the introvert and the extrovert, you know. So if that resonates, that's probably why, because it's like you just, oh, and moon, you're also connected to the moon, the phases of the moon. So it's like this cosmic connection you have, you're in flow. with that. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like you're connected with the suns, moons, and stars and the cosmic planetary alignment and shifts. You definitely feel the shift that, Earth is going through, and you feel nature. So I feel you have a lot of sensitivity as far as, shifts of, us and how we're connected to the higher realms or, the cosmic. So let me know if that resonates as well. Okay, so what is your... Oh, wait, no. Let's pull another archetype. Hold on. Yeah, let's pull another archetype. Okay. All right, Spirit, pile 4, the stone and the vessel. Interesting. Let me put that down here. Wow, there we have that sun energy coming out. All right. Let me take a look. Okay, interesting, pile 4. So remember when I told you, before we even pulled these cards, there was a wild side to you, and there was, let's see, you were a builder. Number 4 was a builder. So with these 2 cards, because I wanted to read from the book a little bit, I wasn't getting any intuitive hits, so I was told to read from the book. And both of the energies that I had already priorly said about you were in these cards. So that's interesting. So there was something about you building, but there's a message from Spirit. So I'm going to read this. It talks about the body, the container, the cup. Okay, so something you withhold in. The vessel may be the most important and most powerful archetype from form on earth, because it is everywhere. Cups hold liquid, stoves hold fire, our bodies hold organs, our homes hold families. Through the simple act of separation, the vessel protects what it contains. Nest protect the eggs. Savings account protect our earnings. Even the planets are contained within their circular orbit. When this card appears, it's time to assess what is being held together and how. Is the vessel too tight, too loose, broken, empty, or full? Or perhaps there is no vessel at all and the contents spill in every direction. It is natural for structures to be formed and eventually fall apart. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. Is it time for you to build, break, or repair? You must find out. So, not saying that we don't, as goddesses, don't go through, just rough times in our life, but there's something about building here, and there's also something about with these boundaries, I guess a reminder of what holds you all together. What is the elixir that holds you together? So I think that it's almost kind of like a reminder that solar God, Christ consciousness, is what is giving you this life force energy, because you are filled with life force energy. And it's almost kind of like the sun. See the sun here, the vessel? That's what you embody. Yes, look, the sun dancers. The sun is shining on you. Look, it's like you're half here in the sun. So you might at this time kind of feel like you might feel good, but I feel like maybe there might be a little bit part missing on a subconscious level. So Spirit is saying, I'm the other half to you. We are 50-50. I am what you and me go together, okay? So to make us whole. So you and God, you and this life force energy, God energy, is what gives you, your characteristics. The person that you are, the person that everybody loves to be around, this sunshine energy, that is like the higher consciousness that is what is like, spills through you. Okay. So it's like you are connected, and it's like this upgrade in energy comes from the Most High. Okay, so I feel like there's a message from some of you when you do seem to get in your moon days, or you're just kind of being felt like challenged by life, or you're feeling beat up and you kind of get in the dumps, remember to put those boundaries up, and you know that, you know, you are the embodiment of the Most High, and that's what brings you this goddess energy. Okay, you're highly connected to source, like straight to source. Okay, so you give off this goddess energy because you are connected with God, you know what I mean? And so just remember that. And it's like, if you, let's see what it says right here. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. Okay, so when you're feeling like you're going through a moon cycle, a time in your life that is down and down, you know, or, you know, just not feeling too well, remember who fills your cups back up. Remember who you are to the Most High. Okay, and so somebody who can imbue or contain this high vibrational, high consciousness energy, you give off this power, because that's what people see. Like, this girl, this guy is definitely connected to source, because they see it within you. They see the power. This 8th house energy is power, you know, strength. They see that you are highly connected. Now, we all come from source, but some are connected a lot, you know, they have a lot more, you know, connection than others do. Like, a lot of people haven't really found this energy or this love within themselves, or have a straight connection to source. A lot of people don't, and that's why you get off this, you know, this goddess energy, because you do, and that's what we're saying. You shine like God itself, right? So remember this when I'm telling you, next time you're feeling down, and that should bring you back up, because there are so many people that wish they had that connection, and they can, but there's something extra special about you in this connection. Okay, and that's what they want you to know. Now, the stone is your anchor, so your wild side, they're saying. So let's see, the stone is used to anchor our wild side. And remember, I told you, this is like, you got a wild side to you. So no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back again. So when you roam, this is interesting, it's all clicking together. So when you roam away, when you find yourself like somewhere in the dumps, somewhere away from God, somewhere away from this solar, you know, loving, high vibrational self, remember to anchor yourself back in. Okay, and you can always find your way back. So this stone is reminding you to pull yourself back to where you truly belong and who you truly are. Okay, and I know, I get it. I can tell. My name is Sunni, and I have all suns, moons, and stars, and I am life of the party just like you. And it's like, you know, I can resonate with this pilot, because I get the same way with this moon energy, this dark side of me, and I have to remind myself who and what I am, you know. And so, you know, it does work. And it's interesting, because I'll find readings that will remind me, like this message hopefully reminds you as well. So this message is definitely coming out a lot different than the other ones, but it's vital, because I feel like this is this really special pile. I just feel like your angels and God really want to get you that message. But it's saying no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping us to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. So when this card appears, it's likely that the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. So again, like I said, you're connected to all that there is. I just said, you know, it's everything, because I'm like the sun, the moon, the stars, like the moon cycles, the sun, the earth. Like, dude, you're connected to all that is. You're very sensitive to your emotions that are connected to the planetary, you know, alignment even. Okay, astrology, nature, birds, animals, grass, a sunny bright day, a good rainstorm. Immerse yourself into that calmness and stillness of nature and rebalance yourself and get back in tune. Okay, when you're feeling out of alignment, get back in tune with nature and balance your sun and moon, your yin and your yang. Okay, rebalance yourself here. Okay, that is a direct message. So wow, 19 and 18, okay, are definitely like the numbers of the sun and the moon. Okay, so wow, that was a powerful message that came out for you to find balance within nature, because you are nature itself. Like, you're connected to that. Oh, wow. So let me pull some tarot. All right, so what is your goddess archetype? Let me pull some tarot here. Yeah, that was a different message that came out. So I know that was... Oh my God, look, the sun. Look. Look. The sun. Okay? I kid you not. The sun. Look. I'm telling you. And to see how she's got the two things in her hands, the balance, she's balancing herself. Yes, I just said you've got to anchor yourself in. This is not a coincidence. This is like sun. You got sun everywhere, and then the archetype that I pulled, you are the sun. And you're finding balance. Remember I said to find balance in nature, and she's got flowers all over her head, and she's underneath the sun out in the mountains. Look at that. Boom. There you go. Another card, please. Six of Pentacles. There you go. Another balance. More suns and moons in her hands. Just balancing everything. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so you've got the Temperance with the King of Cups coming out, because when you heal, you find your maturity. Okay, so when you take time to heal, you find the maturity. All right, so you're also somebody who the Four of Swords, you rest and you rejuvenate, okay, underneath the sun. So a lot of you are being called to walk away from anything right now and go get an upgrade by the sun. So you're called to get some sun. A lot of you have been probably wanting some sun lately. Okay. All right, and what is the most potent mystical power that you give off? Let's see here. Wow, look at this. The Three of Cups, okay? You are somebody who gives off joy, excitement, celebration. Oh, look, celebration of life. Look, that is what you give off, is the celebration of life itself. You are life itself, the sun energy. I can't even make this up. Wow, boom. There you go. That's not a coincidence. That's the synchronicity. Spirit telling you. That's what I said. I meant it. Okay, so now let's look at your most potent mystical power. Come on, Spirit. Pull through. He's like, I'm already pulling through. I'm like, yeah, you are. All right, let's get some more. There's one. We're pulling some of your potent mystical powers. Ooh, past life underneath the sun. Egypt. I'm telling you, Egypt. And then we have young at heart with the sun dancers. The innocence of the... yeah, you have the innocence, the inner child, which is the fifth house energy, which is also the sun, Leo energy. Okay, so again, the sun dancer, this is Page of Cups, somebody very joyful and like it says, joyful and fun, and the life of the party, because you're young at heart. Do you see she's got party colors on, a lollipop, but she's an older lady? Like, yeah, and you're looking like bougie and you're looking all cute and stuff. Yeah, but you're also, look at this, you're also somebody that has an old soul, but you're young at the heart. Like, come on, you can't beat that. You're definitely a sun goddess. This is crazy. Love it. So Ra, you could be connected to like the Egyptian sun god Ra. Because the Egyptians back in the day, before, the resurrection of, Jesus and all that, the Christianity, they were highly connected to the sun, because sun gave life and all, different performance. Yeah, there we go. Performer. So they were very connected to the power of the sun. Okay, so it was like God to them because it gave life to all. Okay, so past life, regal, seductive, and just a little bit dangerous. I told you with that Cleopatra energy, so strong, you intimidate your prey. You are a very strong connection to Egypt. And you have Egypt here with Ishtar. Okay, so it's like you have the protection of, like, you know, this royalty, these, you know, back in the day. So it's like this old soul, but very joyful at heart. But again, I told you, you're like Freya. She's very seductive. She's very sexy. She's very powerful within her feminine, you know, sacral chakra, like very passionate, seductive, gorgeous, illumine, like illumine, like to others, like she's like a siren in her own right. So you have the power of the sun, and what is more powerful than the sun? It's like you shine everywhere, and sometimes you're just so bright you intimidate others. Okay, so you have this really powerful, alluring, charming, seductive quality about you, like this intimidation, like Cleopatra. But you're also this joy, like so much fun energy to be around because you're young at heart, because this youthful energy is in your eyes. Remember I told you I saw a big smile and a spark in the eyes? That's what they were telling me about this pile. So the youthful energy in your eyes reveal a fun hidden treasure, allowing others to explore their own inner child. Like I said, you are the risk taker. You're the one that jumps first and everybody follows. 3 of Clubs, celebration. I mean, come on. Spirit couldn't be any more like bada boom, bada bing. Like, watch me gleam. Look, performer, you are meant to be on the spotlight because you shine like the sun, and you will be successful doing it with a natural ability to draw a crowd and influence others with your charm and talents. It's extremely charming. Extremely charming. All right, so you also have a lot of the clairs. You are very clairvoyant, clairsentience, clairaudience. You have all those like psychic abilities as well. So I would say because you work with the sun, you have highly intuitive, empathic, and clairvoyant. You get messages of the future. You can hear things, like you're very clairaudient. You can hear spirit. You can know things without knowing how you know them. So you're clairsentience, you just know things. And clairvoyance, like you can see into the future. Okay, so and you just have this psychic ability about yourself. Okay, and the sun gives you a lot of energetic upgrade, so make sure you spend time out in the sun and nature. We can't express that even more. But wow, this is the life of the party. Like, I nailed it. I'm so happy about that. Like, what? Thank you, Spirit, and thank you, because this energy is beautiful. You are the sun. Oh my God, dude, this is beautiful. All right, so listen, how does the divine see you? This is a fun reading. Thank you for being you. Okay, so listen, 444, they see you are, look, trust your journey. As wild as an adventure, as crazy and as low and high as it gets, just trust it, because you are seriously protected. So the divine, you know, protects you. Trust your journey. Trust the way that their life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. You are protected. Okay, so you're very, so 444, 555. Okay, and you are a leader of the Sun tribe. Okay, so all right, Native American Indian coming out as well. So 8, 9, 10. So 28, 4, 4, 4, and 5, 5, 5. So you are optimistic. They see you as somebody who is a leader. They see you as highly protected by the divine, and you are extremely optimistic. Also, they want you to know that a major shift is about to come into your life. Experience and change your past direction. Be open and stay positive. So trust the journey that you're on. They will help you make decisions, even though you dive head first. They will definitely be here to direct the shifts that are coming in. That could be a little bit more challenging than others. So when you see 555, that means the stars are aligning for a new direction. So just trust the process, go with the flow. And then they want you to know they see you as a leader, somebody who is very in their power and knows it, and you inspire others. So you lead people by your potency, by this solar conscious, this solar sun energy, right? They just see that you have this like this realness, this godlike energy around you, okay? It says, in an effort to accomplish great things, you recognize the value of working with others. You make a capable and compassionate leader who can bring people together and drive a team toward achievement. So you could be in a job right now that also is like a supervisor, a manager. You look over a group of people, or if you're just, a coworker, these coworkers look at you as like you would be the leader of the pack. They would like, let's say what's that word? They would all agree that you would be the person in charge if they had to have a leader. Okay, you'd be the top pick, like the captain. Yeah, everybody needs a captain for the team. You're the type of person that the team would make you their captain. Okay, so that's the type of energy. Everybody else just gets picked on the team, but the team, there's always that one person that gets made the captain by the rest of them, and you are this energy, and that's what they want you to know. Okay, so let's bring another divine archetype, how the divine sees you. Yeah, sanctuary for people. I saw that. Absolutely. Because the sun brings warmth, right? And it's just like you bring comfort to people. So here we go. We have a Stargate. 4-4. I was looking at 4 and look, it just came out. Council, project, lobby, and advise. Oh wait, not Stargate, but strategist. You are also connected to stargates, portals in the sky, just letting you know, because you see that star energy, the constellations, and the sun, the halo around his head. So you definitely have an active crown chakra, okay, that helps you. Oh, so yes, you have a portal. The portal that I'm hearing is the angelic portal. You have a straight connection to the higher realms, and this angelic, like, code light comes into your halo, your crown chakra, and it helps, and that's how you're protected, is by these ideas, by them giving you strategic ways, talking to you telepathically. They protect your business, they protect your projects by helping you inspire, co-create with the heavenly realms. Like, no joke, this is the thoughts at night. These are the solutions. These are the answers to your prayers, the solutions to the madness. Like when you're stuck, here comes that gleaming angelic golden ray of light into your consciousness. So that is you receiving the help. So that is also a form of protection. Oh my God, look what else came out. The dancer. Dance and rapture, embody, shift. You shift energy. You're a shifter of negative energy into positive energy with the sun. Look, there's the sun rays and there's the sun dancer, and you got the sun dancer. And I just want to say again, there you are, the archetype, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun dancer twice. Okay? This is spirit, like, literally trying to tell you, like, who you are, remind you of who you are. All right, so let's see what astrology has to say about you. I'm going to roll my dice. Ba-da-boom. Taurus, we have the North Node, and we have the 11th house. So you need to know your worth, and that you're beautiful inside and out, and that your future is protected. Your North Node, okay, that the essence of who you are and who you bring to the community is protected, okay? So this is your North Node, is to bring your worth into humanitarian acts, and to always be yourself, and to always dance no matter what. It's like you show people how life is really to be celebrated and not envied and not, depressed. You dance through the storm. You still give celebration of life, okay? I do think at this point in time, a lot of people might blame God for a lot of the wrongness that's going on in the world, but you show people that really it's them who have the power to stop any madness by simply embracing the light. If we all chose to embrace the light within ourselves, there would be no darkness, okay? Just an example, but, a lot of people would agree that tapping in, to our darkness is what shows us the light. Yes, but just take it for what it is that you just bring the sun energy, and you show that if everybody embodied the positivity, there would be no negativity. And so God is saying here to always know your worth, to move forward with this positive, joyful, all loving nature, and shine into, like this number 11, the community, okay, into any acts of involvement with humans, like out in the public. Don't be afraid to show the joy that you truly have, because it's like you're such a high vibrational. The sun is the highest vibrational, a tarot deck in the card, okay? So just want you to know that it's okay to embody, the mood swings and the moon energy, but never forget that he wants you, that God, source wants you to bring all of you wherever you go, okay? But it's also okay to transmute the darkness, okay? So you just need to spend time out in nature is what I'm hearing if you're feeling kind of low. But let's go ahead and bring out some astrology cards. Oh, sorry. Let me fix this. All right. Oh my gosh. Yes, you're the expansion. The first house is about yourself, is about all that you are. They see you as like somebody who is expansive and like, you're very high. Like I said, there's a lot to you. And so, we have the first house that you embody this solar consciousness, because the sun's right here and the consciousness right here, and you expand this, you shine out wherever you go. That's why you're like the sun, because you shine wherever you go. This is amazing how synchronistic it is. One more card, please. How do you see my pile 4? And I just love how you got all 4s. Passion, 5th house, passion, romance, performance. Oh my gosh. Do you know how they said you're a performer? Like with this card right here. It's in here. I don't want to mess up my cards. Like the performer, it says performance. Like they see you as somebody who's extremely passionate, and a performer. My God, that's so cool. And then let's look at your magic. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're also a shark in the water. Okay. Meaning that you can scare away your enemies. Like people are scared. Okay. They're intimidated by you. Okay. In a good, positive way. The good people are attracted to you, and then the bad people are intimidated by you. Like that's your goddess energy. Like that Gemini energy, I swear, you have lioness. You've earned all your stripes. Holy crap. Look at this. Mermaid too. And this girl's a little bit on the hefty side. So if you're a little bit on the hefty side, they're still saying that you are still a badass, okay? Still put your bikini on and go in the sun, all right? Like, that shouldn't stop you. All right, so let's give, so lioness, there's that Leo sun energy once again. Let's get you another card. And guys, thank you so much for letting me read for you. My name is Sunny. It's an honor to read your energy. This is a beautiful energy. If you guys want to go any further with any personal readings, I will list my website in the description box down below. You can find me there, send me an email. But if not, that's cool. Just hit a like, subscribe, and share if you like this content so that, this can help other people. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's about it. Let's go ahead and look at your last card. It's okay to forget and then remember all over again. Oh my God, point blank period. What did I tell you guys? Return home, lessons and realizations. When you like forget about who you are, it's okay to, you know, remember all again when you get reconnected. So again, you're going to fade in and fade out. And that's just what Spirit wanted to remind you. The stone, oh my God, and the vessel, okay, to anchor in what fills you up. And that's that solar consciousness, that connection you have with Source. And now I'm going to leave you with the last card, my goddess, and then I will let you guys go. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you guys in my future readings. All right, one last card for my sun goddess. Thank you. Actually, they gave me two. Okay, so we have this portal energy here. It looks like a little dark. It says, it might be time to mess around in the portal of transformation and see what's unveiled. Yeah, so you might be going through like a period where God is waking you up to remember who you are, and that's like that moon energy. Okay, then we have here all these things that is like you're being guided to, like crystals and tarot decks and readings and books and like amulets and cats, and it's like your sacred space, the clothes you like to wear, the eyeshadow color, everything. It says, I hope that over everyone else you learn to make yourself proud. Do it for you. Aww, that's beautiful. So remember, you are the sun, so shine like the sun. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.